We're going to be selfish and begin with our Mountain West collision of unbeatens. Number 3 TCU traveling to 5th-ranked Utah, one of the biggest games of the year. The Horned Frogs have won 22 consecutive regular season games, 9 straight on the road. The last team to beat them, Utah, in a thriller that came down to the game's final minute.
Johnson looks left side, pass.
Touchdown!
Touchdown! Touchdown, Utes! Unbelievable!
Unbelievable!
It sure was. Kyle Whittingham, Gary Patterson set to match wits again. BJ and Aaron standing by now to show us why that TCU defense is so effective. Aaron?
You're absolutely right, Adam. TCU's finished the last 2 seasons ranked #1 in the country in total defense, and this year they're #1 as well. A big reason why is because they're so well coached. Gary Patterson, Dick Bumpus do an excellent job sharing those duties. They're athletic and they play something unique, which is called the 4-2-5 defense. 4 down linemen, 5 defensive backs, and 2 linebackers, and it allows them to run something called quarters coverage. Quarters coverage is a zone concept that allows for man principles where basically the 4 defensive backs each take a deep quarter of the field. To explain why this is so effective, BJ is going to break it down.
That's right. You just mentioned you're going to have 4 deep, as I mark them off here, 2 safeties, and they got to carry that seam. But you're also going to have 4 underneath coverage. This is going to be a 3-man rush versus Oregon State earlier in the season. I love this coverage. We played a ton of it when I played for the New Orleans Saints, and Monty Kiffin was our defensive coordinator. Now watch this, the communication. Watch these linebackers right here. You got a crossing route with Jaquiz Rogers and his brother James Rogers. Watch him pass that off. The linebacker coach there at TCU, Tony Tatamy, he's got to be loving it because I'm loving it because linebackers, you got to talk to each other. This is a coverage sack, allows those big guys up front, just 3 of them to get to the quarterback. Coverage in quarters is a great for underneath routes, but also it's got some man principles, as you mentioned. We call it quarters matchup zone, that is.
Now, BJ, nobody this season has thrown for over 200 yards on TCU, so that quarters coverage is working pretty good. Guys?
All right, Aaron, thanks a lot. BJ, good stuff. One of our other quarters is right here. The home team has won 4 of the last 5 in this matchup. Randy, what do you think is going to be the biggest difference in this one?
I think it's the other side of the ball. I look at Andy Dalton and that TCU offense, what he can do to take advantage of defenses, especially off play action. But let's be honest, they're a team that loves to run the ball. Gary Patterson is a defensive-minded coach. They average over 5 3/4 yards every time they run that thing at you. They'd be perfectly happy to run it, take advantage of play action, play good defense, and get the heck out of Salt Lake City.